Hi everybody, Virginia here. I wanted to stop by really quickly and show you a project that I made. Um, this is an inspiration from a project that I seen by Marlene, who is For You Marlene 1. It's actually, I was inspired to do it off of 2 of her projects. And I will put the links down below to what she created. The first one was a gift box for a friend, and she had made these dividers inside the box using a vintage ruler. And so I took that idea to do this project, and then she did, she found an old vintage sewing box and then altered it and turned it into, now I'm calling mine a Stickpin Caddy, but what she did was she altered it and turned it into a container that would store things that she would use to make her stick pins. So let me get started and show you. Now I didn't do nothing really fancy with mine because I hope that balances. This is just one of them little suitcase boxes you can get at Ross. And what I did was I left it just like this, and the reason is that I'm going to store other boxes right on top. So with that said, let me get started. Now on the inside, and I got this pretty good deal, I got this at 20% off because the handle right here was tore, and so I just came home and glued it, and voila, it's good enough. I don't really need the handle because I just picked the whole thing up. But so let me get started and show you. Now on the inside, I didn't do much decorating, only, oops, stay right there, for the simple fact that you know, I just wanted something to store what I use to make my stick pins. And so I don't know why this is so blurry. Let me try this one more time. Hold on. No such luck. Oh well. So anyway, I just used this rectangular doily, and what I did was I put flat back pearls on the edge. I used some pearls on a rope, and what I did was I used my hot glue gun and just made swirls and then, you know, attached it to it. And this doily back here was one that Alice had crocheted for me, and then this one Trisha made for me. And so what I did, and I'm going to see if this will let me get close. I don't know if it will. I guess I should have put it on something. Hold on, let me grab this. Okay, I'm going to see if this will let me put it on here. And then maybe it'll let me. Hey, there it goes. Okay, sorry about that. So what I did was, as you can see down here, you can see the ruler and stuff. I had to cut several of them because I can't cut straight even using a ruler. So anyway, so what I did was I did a very long one this way and then a couple here and there and made little dividers. And the reason I did the little dividers was I wanted to store and house things a little bit differently. I don't know if I can get that all the way in the frame, but I'll show it here in a minute too. And so I wonder if this will let me tilt this up a little. Hey, maybe. There we go. So I'm sorry, I got my order of things to make my stick pins with from Natalia and a lady in New York. And oh my gosh, Julie, I forgot your name of your store. Oh, it's something one. Oh, I'm so sorry, Julie. So I'm actually getting ready to start some stick pins. I'll show you a quick little sneak peek. I'm making a stick pin holder for Valentine's Day with stick pins, and so me and Lilybug are doing, who's my grandbaby, are doing a couple of projects. So let me get started. What I did was, now I had already been storing my what do you call them, bead caps and my bead spacers in these little containers, and I had decorated them a while back. And so when I saw her video, I was like, oh, that would be so cool, you know. So what I did, I have 4 of these jars, and as you can see, they just house my bead caps. Now I'm going to put this out. These ones hold a little bit smaller ones. And this one has bead spacers in it. And then this one has, oh, more bead spacers. Now, she had also decorated some little jars. Now this I did scrap lift off for her. I thought, oh, what a cute way. So I put my rondelles in one and then decorated this little bottle. Nothing fancy, just real quick. And then I did this one and put some more rondelles in it that Emma gave me. Just real quick. I didn't really want it real fancy because nobody sees in it anyway. And then I had decorated this one. I'd seen on Pinterest there was a lady that had pearls, and actually I think Marlene does one with little pearls, and she calls it Pearls of Wisdom. And that was my intention at first, but then I thought, no. So there's some pearls for me to use in my stick pins. And then what she did was she used some of these little jars. I just put these little rings in there to decorate. I thought it looked pretty. But she just decorated some little jars, or she had just a clear jar, Marlene did. And she puts her stick pins in there for them to be ready when she uses them. And so that's what I did, and it's like a votive candle holder. And I just put a little doily on the bottom and some lace up there. And so that stores that. Now in that other project where she uses the ruler, she also throws these little crystals in there. And I like the pink ones, not that they match with anything in here, but I threw pink and rings. Now I also had these other little votive candle holders. And I did the same thing. I just stuck my pins in. And so that way I can just pull them up and they're ready to go. And then here's a little teapot that I've had. And it just has some more of the, stick pins in there. I have these really cool Mercury ones that are really vintage. They're already fading. And I got them years ago in a sewing can, an old metal coffee sewing can. I had bought it for the sewing notions inside, and them were on the bottom. And so if you hear a duck in the background, I'm sorry, my husband's probably back there blowing that horn practicing. And so anyway, in Marlene's sewing caddy, she has a little six compartment tray, and I think you put paint in it and paint with it, but she decorated, made it look real pretty. And again, I'll put her links down below. But what I did was I just got this little container, and I made my casing right here big enough that this just sits right in there. So when I want to work with things, and these things right in here right now, I just put them in there because, there we go. So I just put a little decoration, and as I'm working on stick pins, I can put the beads right there and stuff, and then work on my stick pins. So right now they just house my fancy little, a couple little fancy beads and butterflies, fairy wings. But with this one, I did not glue the doily down in this. I just sat it in there. And then for this one and this one, as you can see, this runner, and I'll pick up the camera here in a minute. These were on the edge of a crocheted pillowcase. And what I did was I just cut them off and glued them down, and then I glued flat back pearls all along the edge. And that was it, nothing real fancy. And like I said, I had done this little square box here one. And there's another one right here, and I'll show you in a minute. And that's what houses in their own little area these little jars. Now, I did scrap lift this as well from Marlene. My rings. She used test tubes for storing her needles. And so I really like that idea. And then in one of them I put the back of earrings, you know, when you stick them on the stick pins. So they have. And I like the way that she had decorated the bottle, so I just did it real simple like her. It really inspired me. I love her work. She's so creative. And then in this one, oops, I did the same thing. I just stuck some little stick pins in there so that I can work with as I'm making my stick pins. And then again, I decorated the bottles a little bit. And this one actually was given to me in swap. I just threw it in here. This one right here as well, as you can see, does not get glued down. It's just laying in there, which is okay with me. Now this long one right here, I made it long for a reason, and it's not very wide, but it's long. And that is to house my 12-inch, I had it come down some, stick pins. And then I also got some that were a little bit longer. Oops, let me stick that in there. Michael's had these on clearance in the wedding aisle, and they're originally almost $30. But they had 5 of them for $3.99. Look how pretty that is. Sorry, my hands look terrible. Oh my gosh. There we go. Isn't that pretty? So I grabbed a couple of them, and then I got a couple of these on eBay. I want to go back and get some of the colored ones. I just got cream. And then I got these as well on eBay, and they're like 4 inches long. And they're actually vintage stick pins. I wish, where's that one? Some of them, they have a little rust on them, because that's how old they are. But I like that, so that's okay with me. I can get that off. Excuse me. So I'm going to lift this up real quick to show you my compartments. See, that's where them little salt shakers go. And then there's the compartment. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm moving that too fast. There is the compartment for the stick pins. And then my bowl, oh, what do you call these things? Test tubes or vials, whichever. So I just have them in there. And then here's the ones for my bead caps and bead spacers. So I hope that you all enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. And again, Marlene, thank you so much for the inspiration. And I hope you stop by, and I hope you stop by and see her projects, of course, because hers are amazing. Mine are just real simple, but that's what I want. It was simple. I don't really care to display it or anything like that. And so, again, I do hope that you guys stop by, say a little love to her, and check out her beautiful, awesome work. And thanks so much, everybody, for stopping by. And we will talk with you later. Bye, everybody. Have a great day.